Hello, today we are making some fairy-inspired pyments. The actual names of them are based on my homebrew D&D world, but we won't get into the lore too much. Anyway, we put glitter in mead. So let's get started. For our Dream of Gehenna or Concord Pyment, we're using 1 gallon of Concord grape juice, 1.2 pounds of orange blossom honey, some orange zest, a quarter gram of tannin complex, 1 gram of Opti Red, and 1.5 grams of FT Rouge. We're using the red wine yeast RC212 for this, and our starting gravity with these ingredients should come out to 1.091. After fermentation, we'll stabilize the brew and back sweeten with some more orange blossom honey and grape juice concentrate to bring back any brightness that's lost. These are the amounts that I use, but as always, I recommend adjusting these to your own sweetness preferences. Our Song of Elysium or Riesling Pyment is going to look pretty similar. We're using 2.25 pounds of Riesling juice concentrate, 7.5 pounds of water to reconstitute that juice, 1.2 pounds of orange blossom honey, some lemon zest, and 2.5 grams of Opti White. The yeast, we're using 58W3, which is a white wine yeast that preserves floral aromatics. I thought this would be perfect for a grape and honey combination. After stabilizing, we'll back sweeten with more orange blossom honey and a bit more of that Riesling concentrate, just to bring back some fresh fruit flavor. Let's start with the Concord Pyment. You could just use Welch's here, but I went a little bougie and got some organic, not from concentrate juice instead. We'll just dump all that in, followed right after by the orange blossom honey. We'll go ahead and dump in the Opti Red and a liberal amount of pectic enzyme to protect against any pectin haze. Then we'll stir all that in for a long time. Make sure we're on track, we'll take a gravity reading here. If you're me, I guess you just ignore it. I just found out in editing that this measured at 1.102, so all my labels are wrong. Good thing I recorded because I definitely did not write that down anywhere. We'll move along to getting some orange zest in there. You know you have enough when you drop the orange. But actually I got about half the orange in there. You should measure this in grams if you want repeatable results. I somehow either lost or didn't take any footage of actually pitching the yeast, so here's some video of me rehydrating it. After it rehydrated for 20 minutes, I poured it in, sealed the jar with an airlock, and moved on to the Riesling Pyment. For the Riesling, we'll start simple with our water. For the juice, we're using this Riesling juice concentrate from Coloma Foods. I've had great results from a lot of their products. I generally recommend using some whole fruit in conjunction with juices or concentrates, but when you don't want the tannins from the skins or seeds, then the juice works just fine. And of course, it's not a mead without the honey. This is some very hazy juice, so we'll add pectic enzyme to this one too, and then the Opti White. Our gravity reading for this one came out perfect, 1.092. Improvement. Without dropping the citrus this time, we'll get half a lemon of zest in there, and I even got the yeast footage on this one. You're welcome. Like always, we'll seal it with an airlock and come back in 24 hours. On day 2, Concord had gotten extremely active, but both were fermenting, so we came in with bentonite and nutrients. Probably not going to talk about nutrients every video, but you should be using them if you want a healthy fermentation that doesn't stall. And you should want that. Oh, I also added my tannins to the Concord one here. Day 3 and 4 are pretty much more of the same. Open the bucket or jar, add your staggered nutrients, reseal. So I'm not going to show any footage for that. I came back about 2 weeks later and they'd both fermented completely dry. Riesling went down to 0.994 and Concord was 0.996. That put Riesling at about 13% and Concord at 14%. I decided to rack these off onto stabilizers and come back in a few days for balancing. And now here's a super sped up version of me trying to balance these. I didn't add any acid, so this was all just sweetness adjustments. After balancing, I let them fully clear and then it was time to bottle. Since these were fairy inspired, I picked up a pack of edible glitter, dumped a little in each bottle, and just bottled directly on top of it. I gotta say, I really like how they came out. Here's a closer look at some of those before we go on to the tasting. Alright, so the versions we're tasting today are ones without glitter. I bottled these sample bottles on the side. The ones with glitter will go to friends, family, special occasions, that kind of thing. It smells like a Riesling. There's that one. These got pretty clear. I don't need that much. What am I doing? Alright, anyway. As you can see, one Concord, one Riesling. Concord one smells like grape juice. Like just straight up Welch's. The Riesling one's a little more interesting. Definitely recommend the Riesling one. I haven't tried them yet. Just on aroma. This one's fun. Alright, let's taste this one first. Oh, that's actually pretty good. It's very Concord. Like, it's very grape juice. But it's rich. I guess Concord juice is rich too, but it's better than it smells. These are kind of young. Like, this is only 2 months old, so it could be You know, could be aged a little more, but it has a bit of an earthy aroma that doesn't really come through on the taste. The taste is a lot brighter, juicier. I like that, actually. That's pretty good. Now the Riesling is very bright on the nose. Probably should have had a palate cleaner. It's almost a little too sweet. Could have balanced that a little bit better. The honey character is there. Actually a lot more present than in this one. This one is that the grapes cover like most of any honey character in there. This one is a lot, I guess, other than the slightly oversweetened, it's a lot better balanced. You can really taste the honey, and you can taste, like, it tastes like a Riesling with honey. Which is exactly what it is. So I'd absolutely call that a success. That's really good. I like that a lot. You're not drinking too much of that. Anyway, that's that. You can make them. You don't have to put glitter in them. You can do whatever you want. I might try my hand at like an actual red wine pyment that I like, you know, age properly and do all that with. I don't know why I went Concord on one of them and then an actual wine grape for the other one, but wine grapes are wine grapes for a reason. They make good wine, and Pyments. So that's it. Thank you. Goodbye.